Oft I heard of Lucy Gray, and when I crossed the wild, I chanced to see at break of day the solitary child. The poet says he had often heard about Lucy Gray. One morning, while travelling through the wild land, he once saw her, a lonely child. No mate, no comrade Lucy knew. She dwelt on a wide moor, the sweetest thing that ever grew, beside a human door. Lucy had no friends or playmates. She lived on a wide open land or moor. She was the sweetest little girl anyone could see near a house. You wait, you yet may spy the fawn at play, the hare upon the green, but the sweet face of Lucy Gray will never more be seen. Today you can still see animals like young deer or hare playing in the fields, but Lucy Gray's lovely face will never be seen again. Tonight will be a stormy night. You to the town must go and take a lantern, child, to light your mother through the snow. One evening, Lucy's father told her there would be a storm. He asked Lucy to go to the town and carry a lantern so she could guide her mother safely through the snow. That, father, will I gladly do. 'Tis scarcely afternoon. The minister clock has just struck 2, and yonder is the moon. Lucy replied happily that she would do as told. She said it was still early in the day, just 2 o'clock, and she could already see the moon in the sky. At this the father raised his hook and snapped a faggot band. He piled his work and Lucy took the lantern in her hand. After telling this, Lucy's father went back to his woodcutting work. Lucy picked up the lantern and started her journey. No breather is the mountain row, with many a wanton stroke. Her feet disperse the powdery snow that rises up like smoke. Lucy walked happily like a young mountain deer. As she walked, her steps threw off soft snow, which looked like rising smoke. The storm came on before its time. She wandered up and down, and many a hill did Lucy climb, but never reached the town. The storm came earlier than expected. Lucy lost her way, wandered here and there, climbed many hills, but she never reached this town. The wretched parents all that night went shouting far and wide, but there was neither sound nor sight to serve them for a guide. Her sad parents searched for her all night. They called her name everywhere, but found no sound or sign to help them. At daybreak on a hill they stood that overlooked the moor, and thence they saw the bridge of wood and furlong from their door. In the morning they stood on a hill from where they could see the open land. From there they also saw the wooden bridge near their house, not very far away. They wept and turning homeward cried, "In heaven we all shall meet." When in the snow the mother spied the print of Lucy's feet. The parents cried in grief and said they would meet Lucy in heaven some day. Then suddenly Lucy's mother noticed her footprints in the snow. Then downwards from the steep hill's edge they tracked the footmarks small, and through the broken hawthorn hedge and by the long stone wall. They followed the small footprints down the hill. The march led them through a broken hedge and along a long stone wall. And then an open field they crossed. The marks were still the same. They tracked them on nor ever lost, and to the bridge they came. The footprints continued across an open field. They carefully followed the prints and finally reached the bridge. They followed from the snowy bank those footmarks one by one into the middle of the plank, and further there were none. The footprints led to the wooden bridge and went up to its middle. After that there were no more footprints. They completely disappeared. Yet some maintain that to this day she is a living child, that you may see sweet Lucy Gray upon the lonesome wild. Some people believe that even today Lucy still lives. They say you can see her wandering the lonely wild land. Over rough and smooth she trips along and never looks behind and sings a solitary song that whistles in the wind. It is said Lucy walks quickly over rough and smooth ground, never looking back. She sings a lonely song that the wind carries away. The poem is about a little girl named Lucy Gray who lived in the countryside. She was lonely and had no friends to play with, but she was a very sweet child. One day her father asked her to go to town with a lantern to guide her mother safely home because a storm was coming. Lucy happily agreed and started her journey with the lantern, but the storm came earlier than expected. Lucy lost her way in the snow. She wandered over hills and fields but never reached the town. Her parents searched for her all night, calling her name, but they couldn't find her. In the morning, they discovered her small footprints in the snow. They followed the footprints through fields and over a bridge, but in the middle of the bridge, the footprints disappeared. Lucy was never seen again. Some people believe that Lucy's spirit still lives on. They say she can still be seen walking in the lonely wild land, singing a sad song as the wind carries her voice away.